When is the last time you felt genuinely good in your own body? I'm not talking about being skinny, not talking about being ripped, not whatever the fitness industry is selling you this month, but just good. Energized, rested, like the physical thing you're walking around in is actually working for you instead of against you. For a lot of people listening to this, that question might have just landed somewhere uncomfortable. And because the honest answer is, it's been a while, maybe a long while, maybe years. And you've been so busy managing everything else that the body you're doing all of this managing from has quietly been sending you a message you've been too busy to read. So today we're going to read them. I'm the Nosey Coach. Let's go. Before I get into this, here's the personal side of this story. I've been on this journey for many, many years. Most of my life, I have been considered overweight, even obese. To give you some reference, I'm 6'6", and at my highest, I was over 330 pounds, which I can't even believe I'm telling you this. But now, I'm happy to say, I'm back down to about 265 pounds, but my journey's not done. I still have more room for improvement and more of what I want to do, more of what I want to become. So, that's a little bit about me. Time to get back into this. Here's the frame I want you to carry through this entire episode. Your body is not just a vehicle. It's not just the thing that carries your brain from meeting to meeting and your heart from one responsibility to the next. It's the most honest communicator you will ever have in your life. More honest than your bank account, more honest than your job title, more honest than anything you tell other people about how you're doing. And it's been sending you messages consistently for years. The fatigue that doesn't go away with a good night's sleep, the weight that arrived somewhere after 38 and made itself at home, the lower back that talks to you every morning, the brain fog that rolls in by 3 p.m. every single afternoon without fail, the way you used to be able to go hard all weekend and bounce back Monday, and now the weekend itself is recovery. None of that is just aging. Okay, well, some of it is, but let's be real. A lot of it is information. It is your body handing you a report card on how you have been living. And most of us have been leaving it unopened on the counter for years because we are too busy or too uncomfortable with what it might say. You cannot build a bigger life on a body you've been neglecting. The ambition, the presence, the energy to show up for your kids, your partner, your purpose, all of it runs on the same engine. And right now, Nosey Crew, a lot of us, including myself at times, are running that engine on fumes. This is not a fitness episode. I am not here to give you a workout plan or tell you to cut carbs. I have no idea what I'm doing every single day. I'm just trying to make small changes for bigger improvements. So this is a mindset episode about what your body is trying to tell you and what it means for everything else you're trying to build. Let me read to you 4 messages, and you see which one of them have your name on it. Message 1. You are chronically tired and sleep isn't fixing it. This one is probably the most common thing I hear from people in our demographic. You sleep, you maybe even have more than enough hours, and you still wake up tired. You get through the day on caffeine and momentum and collapse into the couch at 9 p.m. Here's what that's telling you. Your recovery is broken. Not just your sleep hygiene, your whole system. The stress you carry from work, the mental load of managing a family, the absence of anything in your week that actually replenishes you rather than depletes you, it all compounds. Your body isn't tired from doing too much. It's tired from doing too much of the wrong things and none of the right ones. The fix isn't more sleep. It's finding what actually restores you and treating that as a non-negotiable. Message 2. The wait is not about willpower. I want to say this clearly and carefully because I know this one carries a lot of shame for a lot of people, including myself. The extra weight that has showed up in your 30s and it hasn't left, it's not proof that you're lazy. It's not proof that you have no discipline. It's a signal about your lifestyle, your stress levels, your sleep quality, your relationship with food as a coping mechanism, the activity you stop doing because there's no time. Your body is telling you that you have something in your system that is off. It's not calling you a failure, it's asking you to pay attention. There's a difference. And how you interpret that message determines whether you do something about it or carry the shame of it for another 5 years. Message number 3. You stopped moving and it's affecting your mind. This one gets underestimated enormously. I'm not talking about physical health right now. I'm talking about mental clarity, emotional regulation, your ability to handle stress without snapping, your capacity for patience with your kids or your partner at 6 p.m. when everybody is hungry and loud and nobody is listening. In my house, we call it hangry. Movement is not just about your body. It is the single most evidence-backed intervention for mood, focus, stress resilience, and energy that exists. I am not an expert. I am not a doctor. I have no gains anyway from giving you this information. But you need to trust me that more than any supplement, more than any medication, and most of the people in the Nosey crew have quietly phased this out of their lives. Not on purpose. It's just by letting everything else take priority. Your brain is asking you to move. Your mood is asking you to move. Your patience as a father, as a partner, as a person is asking you to move. That's the message. And lastly, message 4. You've been ignoring something that needs a doctor. I'm going to say this one directly because it does matter and because a lot of people are famously bad at going to see a medical professional. If there's something going on physically that you've been aware of and putting it off, or a checkup you haven't booked, a symptom you've been explaining away, or a number on a blood test that you got last year and you haven't followed up on, that avoidance is not stoicism. It's not strength. It's fear wearing the costume of being too busy. Book the appointment this week. It's not for you. Do it for the people who need you to still be here in 20 years. Your children need a father or a mother who has showed up for their own health the same way they show up for everything else. That's the message. Don't ignore it. So here's why this matters beyond the obvious. We spent 11 episodes talking about showing up differently as a father, as a partner, as a person who's building something instead of just managing things. And every single one of those conversations assumes one thing, that you have the energy, the clarity, and the physical capacity to actually do it. But if your body is running on empty, if you're chronically tired, chronically sedentary, chronically ignoring the signals, then all of that ambition, all of that intention, all of those great ideas about who you want to become, you guessed it, they stay ideas. Because you don't have the fuel to make them real. As I said earlier, I'm 6'6", I'm 265 pounds. I'm a big guy. I know what it feels like to carry a big body through a demanding life. I know what it feels like to look in the mirror and see both the potential and the gap between where I am and where I want to be physically. I promise you, I am in this with you. I'm not talking down from somewhere I've already figured out, because the truth is, I haven't. But here's what I do know, and I mean this with every bit of optimism that I have in me. Nosey Crew, your body is more responsive than you think. It's more forgiving than you've given it credit for. The people who feel the most stuck physically are often the ones who are one small change away from a shift that changes everything else. Not a transformation, just a signal sent back in the right direction. How you treat your body is how you treat your future. You can't build something great on a foundation you've been neglecting. But the beautiful thing about a foundation, you can always start reinforcing it today, right now, with one decision. Your kids watch what you eat. They watch how you talk about your body. They watch whether you prioritize your health or whether you treat it as something that will deal with itself eventually. If you remember from another episode, that's the blueprint they're building. Make sure it's the one you want them to follow. And I am guilty of this too, and I know I need to make changes every day so that their blueprint is far better than mine. So your one thing this week, Nosey Crew, and I mean one, not 5, not a whole new routine, just one thing. Pick the message from the 4 that I said that hits the hardest. The one that you heard and felt in your chest. And take one small, honest step towards it. If it's the fatigue, go to bed 30 minutes earlier tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. If it's the movement, go for a 20-minute walk. I'm not saying a gym session. Just go for a walk. If it's a doctor's appointment, go book it right now. Literally pause this episode, open your phone, and book it. I will wait. I will be here. One step. That's it. That's all. Because that's how this all starts. Not with a revolution. We've talked about that back in episode 4 with 1 degree of change. And your body will respond. I promise it will respond. In the next episode, we're talking about the 5 people around you. Whether the people closest to you are pushing you forward or quietly keeping you right where you are. It's one of the ones that makes you think differently about some relationships you've had for a long time. You're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for being here. Episode 11 of the Nosey Coach, and the Nosey Crew keeps growing. Tell somebody about us. We're building something real here, and every new person who finds their way in makes it a little bit better for everyone else. I'm the Nosey Coach. Stay nosy. I'll see you next time.